This is Minister with LifeModder.com. I just received my PinePhone in the mail. Very excited. I ordered it about April 2nd, I believe, and I got it like the first week of July. So it took about 3 months because I believe it was partly because of COVID. I don't know if it's faster now, but I'm going to go ahead and unbox it for you. So this is the UBPorts edition. So I ordered that one, and let's check it out. So first thing is a little SIM card holder. And it came in this nice Pine 64 box, wrapped in plastic. Cut all the plastic off. Get to the goodies. So just for anybody that doesn't know, this is actually a Ubuntu Linux phone. You can run, there's like, I think almost like 15 different flavors of Linux that you can run on it now. And they're all in different stages. UBPorts is pretty far. I believe there's Mobian's pretty far ahead on it. I haven't tested it a ton, but so the first thing, little instruction booklet. Congratulations on receiving your Brave Heart Edition PinePhone. Yep. And oh, and then there's another SIM card holder in there. I think that's just for different sizes, depending on which one you have. Came in a little plastic wrap. Pull it out of there. Okay. So that's it. That's the back, UBPorts. And this is my, here I'll pull up my Samsung S10 and I'll compare them. So as you can see, it's actually a little taller. And I have the S10e, so it's a little smaller than the other S10s. But so the PinePhone's a little taller. It's about the same width, maybe a little wider. So yeah, and it's got a screen protector on there. And you can pop this plastic case off. And there's your battery, which if you buy one, you have to pull this little tab out or your battery won't work. Right here, it's a little sticky. And then also there's where your SD card goes and your SIM card. And it's kind of cool because there are these dip switches on the back, and you can turn off the modem, the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, microphone, rear camera, front camera, and headphone, which is a hardware kill switch. So nobody can hack your phone and just turn that on. So if you want privacy, this is where it's at. So there's also a reset button there. I'm not sure what that does. That might just reset to default. You got your, I believe it's a 5 megapixel camera on the back, and on the front it's like 2 or 2.5 for like selfie camera. So yeah, I'm gonna boot it up. And it's USB-C on the bottom to charge it. Then there's a headphone jack on the top. And then there's your power button on the bottom and your volume button above that. So I'm gonna hold it down and boot it up. Oh, it's gonna have me set it up. So let me do that. English. No SIM card. And I was able to make calls on my girlfriend's after updating it. It was a little scratchy. I updated again, haven't tested that again, so it may be fixed. I was able to send text messages. I actually used an open source Signal, because I use Signal on my Android, and there's an open source Signal app, and if I can get you the name later, it's a weird name, but if you use Signal, you can do it that way. because they haven't made an Signal official app for the PinePhone or just like a Linux phone yet. They make it for the Linux desktop, but you have to like confirm a text on another phone that's like iOS or Android to do it, so it's kind of annoying if you don't have the open source one. The open source one isn't as far developed as like the actual official Signal app. But you can run games on it from the App Store. It's basically just like your Linux desktop. If it has the power to run it, it'll run pretty much anything that's on your desktop. So games, apps, you know, really anything if you've played around with the App Store. Let me just create a password. In the setup of the phone, it just reminds me of Linux desktop, like Ubuntu desktop. It's very similar. It's very simple and generic, which I like. I'm a simple kind of guy. Make it easy, make it run faster, and I like it. So it says, get ready to start. I set up my username and password. And there you go. That's the taskbar with the start menu kind of deal, or whatever you want to call it on Ubuntu, with your apps docked there. And then, and it has an interesting way, the way the swiping goes. You can swipe to the left here, I'll open an app. This is Morph browser. But what you can do is once that's open, and say you want to close it, you can swipe like this, and then it'll show you all your apps that are open. If you want to close it, you just swipe up, which I think is really cool because there's no button at the bottom like I guess Android or older iPhone. There's an app store. I don't have a SIM card in it right now, but it's just like a normal app store. It asks you, it just asks, you know, different categories, and you can search apps. Again, I can swipe like that, and also, you know, your phone calls, you know, enter phone number. There's recent calls, text messages, which I don't have any because I've never used this, but you can also, here's your contact list, which you can add people. Also nobody's in there. And then camera. I don't believe the camera works on Ubuntu Touch yet. I believe it was Mobian I tried that it did work. It was a little laggy, but it did work. And there's a few others. You just gotta test them for yourself. I've gone through a few of them, but really haven't tried every little thing I've had the time. But yeah, and you can also get all your apps by swiping to the right. And you got, you know, calculator, calendar, clock, your external drives, file manager, media player, music, you know, like just any other phone. Except the nice thing is this doesn't come with all the crap added to it, like my Samsung phone that you can't get rid of, and that's really annoying. That's really why I like these, and they're open source, and you can develop for them. You know, there's development going on every day to make these better. So yeah, maybe I'll do, maybe my next video, I'll do a video of each OS and what I think about them, and go from there. This is today's August 4th, so and I'll also update this and show you what works now from this original version, which I'm guessing it's from April because that's when I ordered it, but I might say in here possibly says last updated May 5th, 20. So, alright, so it's been a few months since then. So, and it's the factory OS, and it's also based on Ubuntu 16.04, which, if you know Ubuntu, that's a very stable release, and it's been around for a long time. And I just think it's really cool that you can run all the apps pretty much that you would use on your Ubuntu 16.04 on your laptop or desktop on here. So, you know, it's scaled down, and certain apps may work, some might not yet, but they are, like I said, they're still in development with everything, and every week it's going to get better and better. So, so it looks like it came with 8.9 gig of free space. You can throw an SD card in there and add to that. But yeah, let's see what else. Yeah, you can also hit the Ubuntu button to get your app, the rest of your apps. But I think that's it for now. I'll do another video once I update it and some other OSs. So subscribe to LifeModder.com, and see you in the next video. Hey guys, Minister here with LifeModder. I just want to do an update to the video on the status of the UBPorts Edition PinePhone. There's been a couple other PinePhones released since this. They have like 1 more gig of RAM, and I think one comes with a dock as well for like $50 more, so $200. I paid $150 for this one. But mainly I just wanted to let you guys know they did a kernel update recently, which affects all the operating systems, no matter what one you use. And it fixed the buzzing noise in the phone calls. That was one thing I just could not, you couldn't even use the phone really, because it was just too annoying and you couldn't really hear. So now I can make phone calls in and out successfully without a buzzing noise. It sounds pretty good. And then also text messages in and out. And then also the camera is working now. It's like the other OSs that it was working on. It's like a little buggy, like laggy a little bit, but it does work. Like you can focus it and then take a picture, and then you got your picture there. So yeah, got that working. Also, one other thing I would say about the phone calls and the texts, you can call in and out and text in and out, but sometimes receiving texts, you don't get them, and also phone calls. So I'm sure maybe in the next update they'll fix that. And then I would say it's probably about ready to be used as a daily driver. I would say for basic functions, you know what I do, I'm a simple kind of guy. I don't need all these crazy apps, just some simple things. If you got to take a picture or something, or make phone calls and texts. Also, there's a Signal app I use. It's like Zorbital. It's an open source one. It doesn't have all the features the original Signal app has, like on Android or iOS, but it's coming along. So we're getting there. It's just an update to let you guys know. I still use Ubuntu Touch as my OS. I like it. Works good. Some people may say that it's not for developing and things. It's not as great, but they say the other ones are more open. One I would say to try is PureOS, which is created by Purism, and the Librem phone. Someone ported it over to the PinePhone, and it runs pretty well. It has an app store, lots of apps, and pretty similar to Ubuntu Touch, but I actually like Ubuntu Touch GUI better, so I'm going to stick with that. But some of the other OSs, people said in the past that, you know, certain things work better on them, but and I noticed that as well. But then after this update, I just like this OS better, and the other ones didn't really have many apps that came with it, and there's no app store, which you can still install apps from Terminal, but sometimes when you're on a phone, you don't really want to type all these commands when you just want to install a simple app real quick. but you know, to each their own. But yeah, I would recommend just the Ubuntu Touch and updating it to October 31st update. Check it out. And also Wi-Fi works as well, so it's pretty good solid OS now to do your basic things on a phone. So I just wanted to update you guys. If you guys like the video, please like it on YouTube, subscribe, and if you have any questions or concerns, you can message me or leave a comment below. And if you have any suggestions of videos, let me know.